think that I just come in there and look for knockouts, and that's not the case. You know, I'm actually a sharp, smart fighter.
So, well, I'm here. Who want to fight me?
I really don't care who's in front of me. I don't feel like no fighter can beat me.
Welcome to Bodywork. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. It feels so good to be back. Man. My Eagles just lost. My Eagles just lost, man. They been playing so nonchalant. A.J. Brown, he had 3 targets that he just, I don't know what happened. 2 of them was Butterfingers. One of them was just like, yeah, I can't blame that on Jalen, man. So the Eagles lose. We have a great night of Puerto Rican boxing. And it's climaxed by something toxic. In my opinion, man. Oh my gosh, man. If oh my goodness, man. I all I can say is this, man. Maybe you being the center of attention and all the big bright lights and it being all, you know, Burger King type, have it your way. Maybe that's just not for you. You know, I'm not gonna steal my own thunder, but I am gravely disappointed. I'm a little perturbed about this, man. I'm a little perturbed about this, man, because I've already seen it. You seen? Well, I'm not gonna steal my thunder. When we get to the meat and potatoes, man. Oh, my live might get my live might get ended prematurely, man. There's something going on. I think somebody blew a transformer around my way or something. I don't know what happened, but they're saying they might have to cut the power in 10 minutes. Cookie Monster, Bodywork, salute, Cookie Monster. But if they do that, man, in 10 minutes, then it'd be a short live. But I'm gonna go through the housekeeping real quick, man, and I'm gonna get through this real quick. I'm gonna go through housekeeping, man. Mic check 1 2 1 2, sounding crystal clear. That's what I like to hear. That's good. Maybe I'll get to the housekeeping, and if the power is interrupted and they bring it back on, you know, if it's salvageable, you know, I'll come back on. If not, it'll be a short live. Let me jump right into this, man. Z housekeeping. Richardson Hitchens could defend against Duarte if that goes through, because that's what they're saying. He's in negotiations with Duarte. And, you know, or if that doesn't happen, then he's going to have to face the mandatory Lindolfo Delgado. And Delgado actually lost that last fight. So I'm definitely not one that's an advocate of Delgado, like, because I think he lost that fight. They pickpocketed old boy Valenzuela. The last opponent, they pickpocketed him, but he's next in line. And with all of the weird moves and everybody wanting to blame Richardson Hitchens for everything, like they're saying, like now in the new narrative, just last week he was ducking Keyshawn and Subriel and Gary Antoine. This week he ducking Frank Martin. Like we went over this, you guys, and that's why I went over the whole thing about a call out. Like if there's a call out, okay, cool, it's a call out where terms discussed. Yeah, if yes, okay, we'll negotiate the terms. If no, it's not a duck. You know, I mean, like it's early in the year, man, and I guess people lack creativity. You know what I'm saying? That's all I could really say. But I think Duarte would be a damn good fight for him. Kenny Sims couldn't do nothing really with him. He went in there and thought that, I don't know what he thought, but the way he boxed, it wasn't terrible. He had his moments in the fight, but it was in his own bay. It was in Chicago. He let Duarte get out on him. He let him touch him too much. He kind of got baited into a fight with him. Richardson Hitchens is not going to do that. He's going to tame that beast. He's going to corral that animal, and then he's going to box, stick and move, unless you got a style like Gustavo Lemos. And I think that might have been an anomaly of a performance for Richardson Hitchens because he got that Argentinian style where he get low, and he got a low center of gravity, unique for anybody when he's hungry. Obviously, Gustavo Lemos was like out of shape. He wasn't focused when he fought Keyshawn. Keyshawn made light work of him, moving down to 35. But Richardson Hitchens, like I said, you are in a position where you are like the butt of all jokes. You are the bane of everybody's existence right now as far as how they talk about it. Why? I don't know. But I would love to see that Duarte fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to support Richardson Hitchens, you know what I'm saying, like I do most of the guys at 140. And that's what we're looking at. If they can get the deal done, if the money right, the terms right, and they can finalize this thing, they're looking at putting this on the undercard of the Ryan Garcia Mario Barrios fight, or should I say Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia fight, and to add that to the filler. There was an article out there. They keep posting this article, the one that keep talking about Richardson Hitchens, saying that this will be his first defense. It's not his first defense. This will be his second defense. And if you're going to slander, you got to get a little bit more creative in your slander. His first defense was versus Kambosos because he relieved Liam Paro of a strap. And looking at that fight last night, I can't help but think, man, is it going to be like Groundhog's Day, where Richardson Hitchens is ultimately going to fight DaltonSmith and do the same thing he did with Liam Paro? I could see that happening. Will he get the respect he deserves? Depending on how it look. But that's the lay of the land for Richardson Hitchens, man. It's either Duarte or Delgado. And I like Duarte. I'm not that fond of Delgado. I think he a little overrated. And I don't think he won his last fight. Number 2, Conor Benn versus Ryan Garcia is the best fight in boxing. Once again, Eddie Hearn. I know my housekeeping might be sounding a little bit repetitive, but these are the things that I foresee people talking about and shedding light on. So I'm coming out here, I'm talking about it now, and I'm saying, listen, man, that should tell you everything you need to know. Like for Eddie to say that he thinks Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn is the best fight that could be made in boxing right now, that tells you everything you need to know. So if I was Boots in his camp, I would be listening. Because if you saying that I'm the biggest, baddest thing, I'm the heir apparent to, Terrence Crawford, but Conor Benn and his name and his attachment to somebody like Ryan Garcia, who's never been a champion. He spanked Devin, but got his loss. Got his dub removed. No contest for not disclosing his PEDs. That's the biggest fight for Conor Benn at welterweight. Like, I mean, you know, these guys, you know, obviously Eddie knows something. He knew enough for that fight last night. But like, we gotta stop, man. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop, man. Like Eddie has to be stopped. And that's why I kind of got a hangover from yesterday in that fight last night. Because Dalton and Eddie, man. Oh my gosh. In that speech Dalton gave and what he said, I foresaw it coming, y'all. And Eddie is so smug. Like, man, I wish somebody would wipe that smile off his face, man. It's like, you know, I don't know what to say, man. Eddie is Eddie. Eddie says some things, you know, I guess that's, you know, the life of a promoter, to say sensational things, to spark conversation and have people talk about it. But by no means is Boots versus Virgil the best fight in American boxing. And by no means is Conor Ben versus Ryan Garcia the best fight that can be made in the sport of boxing, man. If Delusional was a person, but yet he get the big dollars, and what I say is going to get undermined. But like, knock it off, man. Number 3, man. I'm gonna try to get through this because just in case it is true that they're going to cut the power. I don't know. The decline of boxing's integrity is being noticed worldwide, and I say that because I be talking about the integrity of boxing all the time, man. I'm saying, listen, man, we at a slippery slope. That's why we kind of got to stand our ground, you know, on certain conversations around boxing because it's getting watered down. People are starting to notice. Look, it was an article that came out, News Talk. The Decline of Boxing's Integrity by Michael Carruth, or Modern Combat Sports. Michael Carruth, the Irish Olympic gold medalist and one of the country's most celebrated boxers. This is January 11th. At 1543, 343, if y'all don't know. Michael Carruth, the Irish Olympic gold medalist and one of the country's most celebrated boxers, opened up about the state of boxing today, particularly the rise of spectacle fights. He expressed his deep concern about the direction the sport is taking, with celebrity-driven events and exhibition matches taking center stage on the Anton Savage show. Carruth's main frustration was the way boxing has become increasingly intertwined with entertainment. He pointed to high-profile fights such as Jake Paul's bout with heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua and Conor McGregor's crossover match with Floyd Mayweather. It's terrible that they allow it, Carruth said, referring to these matches. It's bringing the sport down. He stressed that boxing at its core should be about skill, discipline, and respect, not about creating sideshows for entertainment. What's happening with Jake Paul fighting heavyweight champions is just ridiculous, Carruth added. And they got the Jake Paul and Tommy Fury in the ring picture right there. He noted that during Paul's bout with Joshua, the mismatch was glaringly obvious. Joshua nearly took his head off. It'll teach him a lesson that you're not the best in the world. For Carruth, these kind of fights undermine the sport's credibility. The former gold medalist is also critical of boxing associations that allow these type of events to take place. It's the association's fault for allowing these kind of fights, he explained, lamenting the lack of oversight and regulation when it comes to the integrity of the sport. The rise of celebrity boxers. The rise of celebrity boxers like Paul, who are often backed by millions of social media followers rather than legitimate boxing pedigrees, has created a dangerous precedent for the future of the sport. Don't we always talk about precedents over here at Bodywork Boxing? He also expressed worry over the increasing popularity of mixed martial arts, MMA, a sport that is eating into boxing's audience. A lot of kids are gravitating towards MMA, Carruth said, noting that the combination of striking, grappling, and wrestling appeals to younger generations. If you're a good boxer, you could easily do MMA, he remarked. However, he made it clear that boxing is where his heart lies, and he remains firmly critical of the more brutal elements of MMA, such as jumping on a knocked out opponent and continuing to hit them while they are vulnerable. You got a Start Box initiative. So this is where it goes into the Start Box initiative, his little thing. Give him his credit. Despite his concerns, Karuf's love for the sport remains, especially when it comes to nurturing the next generation of boxers. Through his Start Box program, Karuf is working to get youth into boxing, especially those who may be at risk or face personal challenges. Boxing teaches you discipline, he told the show. It brings structure to your life, Karuf explained, underscoring the importance of instilling positive values in young athletes. His program, which partners with schools and works with kids with disabilities, provide young boxers with opportunities to showcase their skills. Boxing as a sport should never be reduced to entertainment, he said. That's what it's becoming, man. It's just becoming entertainment. Oh, I'm not entertained. It's like, and so the skilled boxers get knocked, right? There are people that are skilled boxers, and because people deem that, oh man, they're not that entertainment or whatever, like they're getting thrown by the wayside, but they went through the ringer. So what are we promoting? We're promoting like the wrestling thing, where if you become popular and you can put on a set of gloves, you're gonna be able to get in there and get busy, and somebody's gonna eventually get hurt. It's mismatched. So that's why I say it's been a slippery slope to where, yes, we want the boxers, the ones that grown up from since a kid that's been doing it. We do want those type of boxers to be more entertaining. Yes, we do. And when you get to a certain level, you have a certain level of success, that you want something, like you want a stoppage, you want excitement, you want more punches thrown. Just like every sport, they do things to make it more entertaining. Boxing is no exception. So we do want our boxers to be more entertainment, not at the expense for the longevity of the sport to be compromised because of entertainment, if that makes sense. That's pretty much the housekeeping. I'm gonna go ahead and get into this whole ordeal about last night, man. Let me go ahead and fix some things. So Fresh Promotions hosts a Puerto Rican night of